3 start.
Hi, today I'll be talking on LCDs, what we call as the liquid crystal displays. Practically the LCDs look something like this. Here I have the 16 cross 2 LCD. That means I'll be having 16 characters in one row and I have two such rows. Okay, fine. And now I'll show you practically how does it look like. See, there are 16 pins over here. So I have drawn the 16 pins here, and I'll make use of this potentiometer 10K to 20K potentiometer so as to change the contrast of the LCD. Okay. Now as I told you that there are 16 such 5 cross 7 pixel matrices. There are 16 such in first row and 16 such in second row. That is why we call it as 16 cross 2 LCD. Okay. Each of this is a 5 cross 7 pixel matrix. That's how it actually is. So this is LCDs were used earlier. Nowadays we also have a modern technology which we call as the graphic LCDs. In graphic LCDs we don't have such foundation of 5 cross 7 pixel matrices. So how it helps us is that we can even make characters which are much more bigger than this 5 cross 7 space, and so as to display the pictures too, that would be more helpful. Right now I will be talking on this LCD. So how does it actually work like? These are the 16 pins over here, and this is the potentiometer. Now this is the ground pin first of all. So we connect it to the ground, and apart from that this is the LED backlight. So the LED minus thing we connect it to the ground. Then further we have this read and write pin. Right now I'll be writing it only, so I'll use only its write function. So that's why I'll connect it to the ground. Further, yes, that's done. And now I'll connect all the pins that are to be connected to the power. First of all, I'll connect this thing of the potentiometer to the power 5 volt. Then the power of the LCD rather should be connected to the 5 volts. Apart from that, this LED backlight to the 5 volts. Now we have some few more pins remaining. Yes, to the potentiometer, this end of the potentiometer too need to be connected to the ground. Now these are the data pins. This D0 to D7. These are the 8 data pins. What is the surprising thing is that out of these 8 pins we can use only 4 pins to send the data, and these are more than enough to make the transmission of data. So here I will be making use of this D7, D6, D5 and D4. These pins will go to the arduino. Okay, and this is the enable pin. This too will be going to the arduino. Apart from that, this is the RS pin, that is the register select pin. This basically decides the part of the memory of the LCD to which your data is actually going. This too will go to the arduino. Okay. And yes, this V0 will be connected to the potentiometer so as to change the contrast of this LCD. So we are done with this, and now I will show you a very small code so as to run a small program. Now as we progress in the Arduino program, first of all we need to import the LCD library, which is #include liquidcrystal.h. Then we'll define the pins on the Arduino that we are using. Here I will be using the pins 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These pins I will be using. Since these are all together, that is why I use these pins. Now in void setup, you need to mention LCD.begin 16 cross 2, since I am using 16 cross 2, so 16, 2. Then I wish to display Kartik display. So I write down LCD.print Kartik display. That is how it would look like. Out of the 16 characters, I am printing it in such way. Then in void loop, I first set the cursor to 0, 1. This is something like column, row. Now what does this mean? 0, 1. This is 0th column and first row. It is, so I am basically setting my cursor to this point. After setting my cursor to this point, I am printing 16 blank spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and up till 16. These are the blank spaces. I don't require this. I just wanted to print this, and that is how we display Kartik display, and this is how it would look like. And that was all for the tutorial that I had to discuss. For watching more, keep getting updated. Thank you.